Today I'm going to show you how to use this cream palette. My name is Bev, I'm 66, and I love talking about makeup for mature skin. I love using cream makeup, and I think it's the best thing for mature skin because it goes on smoothly, it's nice and easy to blend, and it has skincare ingredients built into it. So this palette has a setting powder. It has 5 colors, so you can use this range for your brightening colors, your main colors. If your skin tone is darker, there is a darker shade here as well. And if it's fair, you can use this as your contour also. So I'll add a couple things as well. I will use a lip crayon and my favorite mascara, and also a brow mascara. So I'll show you how to use that as well. So let's get started. So first thing, get the hair out of the way. So the best thing for mature skin is to be sure that you're using a good skincare routine. So make sure you've got your serums on, your moisturizer, and any SPF if you need that. And then we'll start by applying the cream makeup. So I start by adding my contour first. So I use the darker shade here as contour. And I bring that along my forehead here. Contour helps create shadows on your face, gives you a little bit more structure, because as we age, our face starts to droop a little bit, and we may have lost some of that structure. So let's just add a little bit back in. I like to contour my nose. So what I like to do is put 2 lines fairly close together down the center of my nose. It's kind of on the bridge, the side of your nose, just slightly off center, and that's going to help create, you can see that line down the center of your nose, which helps elongate your nose, and it won't look so wide. If you need a little bit at the sides here, you can add at the sides just to slim down your nose. Then I move on to my brightening color. So I tap into the brightening color and I apply that down the center of my face. That's going to add, like I said, a little bit of brightness. And I bring it around the eye area as well, because you get a lot of shadowing around there. Notice I did not put that underneath my eyes. We will deal with that part later. So then I go into these middle colors here, and these are the ones I use for my main shade. So this is like your foundation colors. So you can tap into these colors to blend them together to mix up your perfect shade. Bring it along the orbital bone, not directly under your eye, just place it on the orbital bone. If you have any areas that are a little bit darker, you can add a little bit onto that area. It will help bring it forward. Along the cheek, right below where the contour is. And you can't see this too much. It should be close to your natural color. So find the shade that works for you. It might be one of these colors, or it might be a mixture. I like to mix them so that I can get the best shade for me. So that's how I apply it. Now what I do is blend it. So you can take a fluffy brush like this, or a flat one like a kabuki style brush. That works as well. And I start tapping with the lighter colors first. I still have not gone and put any concealer underneath my eyes. So just tap to blend. What this is doing is pushing the makeup into your skin and it's going to give you a smoother finish. Now, I like to have a look that looks minimal. I don't like to have a heavy made up look, so I wear minimal amount of makeup. You can add more if you like. Now I've blended the main color, so I'm going to move on to the contour and just buff that up towards your hairline. On the cheekbone, you can buff up, and then I move along towards the hairline. And you can see that that just gives a nice shadow. Gives the illusion of a higher cheekbone. And then you can take a smaller brush like this one here, and we can go in around the eye area. Just buff that in lightly. You're keeping that brightness in that pocket. Again, I don't bring that down into the under eye area. Just keep that right in that pocket to add that brightness there. And then to blend my nose, what I like to do is just bring that contour down the side of my nose with my fingertips. You can take your thinner brush and just buff out that brighter color. So that's going to give the illusion of a slightly longer nose, so it's not quite so wide there. Next, I move on to the lip and cheek color. So I like to use these lip crayons, and I use that for my cheek color as well as my lips. So I bring that right above where I had the contour. And I like to keep it this way. So from the corner of my eye, I go out and I bring it up. And the reason for that is it adds a little bit more brightness in that area. Get the lips. This is a beautiful neutral color, so it works well for most skin tones. Then I take my brush and I'm going to tap over the cheek color. To blend that in, bringing that kind of up towards the temple area. If you like to wear your cheek color on the apple of your cheek, then you can do that as well. For me, I don't have that defined apple on my cheek, so I like to give the illusion of a little bit more brightness and add it above the contour and towards the outer edge of my face. Now we're all ready for mascara. So this mascara is really great because it doesn't have the fallout underneath my eyes throughout the day. And I love this brush because it is a thin brush. Okay, we've got a thin applicator and it gets into every lash. So I start, use a large mirror so that I can see what I'm doing here. And I start at the base and just bring it up to the tip. This mascara is also great because it does help define the lashes, gives you volume, and length, and it separates. So it's not clumping. I just touch on my lower lash line. I don't want to add length there. I just want to add a little bit of color to the lashes. So just tap on the lashes. Add a little bit more to the tip. And we'll do the other side here. And again, just touch on the bottom lashes just to get a little bit of color. And that's it. You'll find this mascara will not fall out under your lashes. I normally get, with mascara, you can get a lot of fallout here and doesn't look pretty. So this one here I find lasts all day. It's really great. Now, I'll do the brows. So this is a brow mascara, has a really tiny little wand here. So you can see here, it's a very similar formulation. So you're just gonna blot the tip off and we can just go really lightly over our lashes, over our brows. So I just bring that along my brows just to add a little bit of definition. So you can see how much more polished that looks, right? Having that brow. So we'll do the other side. You can add a little or you can add a lot. It's totally up to you. I like to brush up on them because it makes it look a little bit more natural, I find. So that's the brow mascara. Now let's go back to these under eyes. So right now, for an everyday look, I wouldn't be worried too much about the under eyes, but if you want to get a little bit more coverage, what you can do is take a brush like this, a fluffy, smaller brush, and go back to your cream palette. So what we're going to do is tap in to this first color and the third one here. Remember, this is setting powder. And I'm just going to take a little bit and tap under my eye, right over that dark area. And that's going to hide enough of that darkness so that it doesn't bother me. You can see how that just gives a really nice finish to the under eye. While I've still got that dark bluish color here, this has kind of canceled it out. Now you will see shadows under your eyes. Don't get that confused with the darkness. So we all have shadows under our eye. So you don't need to worry about that. But this has canceled out the blue here. So we'll do the other eye. So I'll tap in and just go over. It brightens the eye and it also eliminates that blue. So use your cream palette, take a look at the colors in here and work with the colors that are in here. The reason we have so many in here is so that you can use this as a conceal palette as well. So there's some colors with a little bit more yellow in them, so that will cancel out some of that blueness, and some with a little bit more pink in it. So you can really find the best colors that work for your skin tone. I find as well that some days I have a little bit more blue looking under my eye, and some days it's a little more brown looking. So that's what's really great about this palette, because you can get that combo that works well depending on how your under eye looks on that particular day. So if you need, you can add a little bit. I'll use the same brush. I'll turn it over to the other side and use a little bit of setting powder. I just put a little bit right above my eye here, just to remove any highlight there, any shine that might happen. And that's it. Super simple. And that's it. That's my everyday look. So I hope that this helps in how to use your cream palette. So if you have any questions, just comment below. I'll be happy to help you.